Welcome back to the Friday edition of Studio 12. Will and Matt back with you tonight over at Bluebell Park. Texas A&M baseball, they begin their series with the Ivy League, the Yale Bulldogs, or Eli's. You know you can call them the Eli's, too.
I don't think we are allowed anywhere near an Ivy League dugout. I think there is a minimum IQ.
But we got a couple of smart fellows with us on this segment.
Well, yeah,
they
can.
They can handle the Ivy League presence. No, we cannot. Did you guys know that you can call Yale the Eli's, too? Did you know they had two nicknames?
Had no idea.
Not a clue.
No, well,
I couldn't even tell you
Barash, Jace Vines, they did not know.
Couldn't tell you the mascot.
Yeah.
So I just know it's Yale.
You just made Will's
The
day.
Yaleys?
Yeah,
The Yale
Yales.
Yaleys
Yeah.
coming to town, yeah.
You just made Will's day. He stumped you guys.
He
We
did.
need to do – that's what we can do on this segment with Michael, do an opponent 101.
Okay, I'm down
See
for
if you
that.
know their history. Maybe we'll do it when we get to the SEC. You might be a little more familiar with
so.
those groups. Yeah, we'll give you a history 5-question pop quiz about the opponent. Not scouting report stuff.
Okay,
And we'll just see how well you guys know them.
I like it.
All right, we'll
I'm
start
in on
an SEC play. I'll come up with questions. But it is Yale tonight. Jace Vines and Michael Barash with us, as we just said. And, Michael, I think with the teams coming off of a quality trip out to the West Coast since we last talked to you, taking 2 of 3 from Pepperdine, you go 13 innings on Tuesday night and figure out a way to win a ball game when it seemed like a lot of things were going against you that evening. Just the will to win from the team against Pepperdine and HBU in recent games, that's something that can take you a long way.
Yeah, it's something we can draw back on, later in the season. First game at Pepperdine, we didn't play Aggie baseball, and we it showed. We got the loss. And, Saturday or Sunday, I think we really played Aggie baseball. We played great defense, got great pitching out of our starting and relieving pitchers, and we got after it on the mound. And HBU, they're a good team. They got a lot of talent, and they were getting after it. We couldn't really string together the few hits together, but we really tried to get after it, and, fortunate enough, we got the win.
Yeah, and Michael Maya had the most frustrating at bat on Tuesday because it looked like he was going to win the game at one point with a liner up the middle. All things, it hits the pitcher in the foot, carries right to the. That's just the way that night went.
Yeah, it
seemed
did.
like.
Yeah, it did. We hit a lot of balls hard right at guys, and his foot was just kind of in the way. But multiple guys. Melton before me hit a line shot. I think it might have been 11th or 12th, and liner kid makes a jumping catch, great play, and that's the way the story with night is for our offense that night. But glad it's over, and glad we're looking forward to Yale.
Yeah, no doubt. Jace Vines, you'll get the ball tonight
Sure.
against the Eli's. First Friday start for the Aggies. Just your thoughts on it, and I guess there's some excitement that comes with that for you.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I'm just trying to do whatever I can to help us win some ball games. Coach has already talked to me, just saying, just go out there and do your thing. It's just another day. It's just another start. It doesn't matter if it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It doesn't matter. So just going to go out there and locate at the knees, throw strikes, mix in some off speed, and help us get a W.
Jay's first road trip with the team as part of the Aggies this last weekend in Pepperdine. How was that? The off-the-field stuff. You have fun on that trip?
Oh, wow. I came from junior college. So, you're talking about we would load up on a bus and drive, 7-8 hours wherever we got to go. And you're talking about first of all, from our clothes, we got those nice jumpsuits and all got matching bags and get on the bus and go and charter a flight. Just that part was just, awesome, just experience with the guys. But, then you're going to Malibu, California. You're not going to, Louisiana or, south end of Texas or whatnot. But, it was a lot of fun just, you're hanging out with your buddies and you're getting to go and play baseball. Pepperdine's field is phenomenal, looking out over the ocean and mountains in the background. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, excellent weekend for you guys. And like we said, we take it all to Yale this evening with the Aggies taking on the Bulldogs. But and Jace, I find your story quite fascinating, and I think it's one of perseverance because you may share some of this with us because right out of high school when you were in Prosper, Texas, people are going to see you pitch on a Friday night for an SEC team. And I would almost say that coming out of high school, you may have been a long way from that spot. And if you could almost share the story with us, you didn't have offers.
No.
Exiting Prosper.
Didn't have any offers. You say it's a story of perseverance, and I just can't give enough credit to God for blessing me and taking me along this path because without Him, I wouldn't be here. But you're looking at out of high school, I was 83 to 85, maybe touching 86. Didn't have a slider, a good breaking ball, and luckily I end up at Weatherford, which is exactly where I needed to be. We had a great pitching coach who taught us a lot about arm care and a lot about your delivery and, what it should look like. And, I mean, I knew I was going to have to redshirt. Nobody's going to want a righty throwing 83 to 85 with no kind of movement or sink or anything like that. So I just spent a lot of that year just trying to be a sponge and just soaking up any knowledge I could from that coach and, got into the weight room a lot and just, tried to work as hard as I can and, knew that year was a big year for me and that I wasn't going to get to play, so it was a big test of my character to see if I was going to keep at it. And, I was telling you earlier that I graduated high school probably at 6 foot 190, and by the time I was leaving Weatherford, I was about 6'2", 220.
Yeah.
So that's coming from God too. I mean, that's just literally growing.
Right.
So, after Weatherford, I mean, my coach didn't necessarily ask me to come back, but he was very honest in saying, I'll call whoever you need me to call, and I knew that I would have to step down. Weatherford's a D1 JUCO, so even JUCO's D1, D2, D3.
Right.
So then I went to look at some of the D3 JUCOs that were around Dallas and the area that I lived in, and went and tried out at Eastfield. Tyler was just coming off a national championship win, so I was definitely interested in them. My coach called them. They got in contact with me, went for a tryout, and it all kind of came together and ended up going to Tyler.
And had a heck of a year that ended up bringing you down to Texas A&M.
Yeah, it was a fun year. You can't do anything better than ending in dog pile. We got to win the national championship, so I mean, definitely a memory I'm so glad to be a part of. I'll never forget. So
yeah, and Michael, we're kind of talking JUCO ball here with Jace. After your year at LSU, you went that route too.
Yep.
And I mean, and like he said, it's not a charter flight out to California in JUCO ball. What did you learn from your season? It was at Palm Beach State in Florida. Just your learning to allow you to come to Texas A&M and play so well.
Yeah, well, after I left LSU, I knew I had to kind of get back on my feet. I had a lot of things. I took a lot of things for granted, and I wasn't the person that I am. I got away from who I was, and that's not what I wanted to be. So, had a real good talk with Coach Maneri. He said, "Hey, man, you're only going to get 10 at bats," and he just said, "Hey, I think we want you to be a part of the program, but 10 at bats isn't what I wanted." So, I had to go to Palm Beach, and that was the best thing for me. Learned me to love the game again, honestly, and playing for Coach Forbes. I actually knew Coach Forbes. He was my second grade teacher in elementary school. Just happened that he was a junior college coach also, and gave me another opportunity. I'm so thankful for him. Another guy thankful is Coach Neil Henry. I can't thank him enough for what he did for me. He's actually a D1 recruiting coordinator now, and what JUCO taught me was just never take anything for granted. We got T-shirts and memories in junior college. That's all we get. T-shirts and memories. Here at A&M you get
a jumpsuit to get on a charter plane.
At Palm Beach you get T-shirts and memories and a hot bus. That's really all you get. And the fields aren't the way they are here in the SEC or around the country, and you just learn to play baseball. And you really love the game when you go to junior college. It was one of the best experiences of my life.
And a question to both of you here, when you're going through that hot bus grind of junior college, do you envision a night where you're playing in the Southeastern Conference on a Friday in front of 7,000? I mean, it can be difficult, but is that what drives you getting back to that type of moment?
Yeah, I know. For me personally, I wanted to get back there just because I knew what it was like.
Right, because you were at LSU.
Yeah, I knew what it was like, but that's what pushed me to do more, is do that one more, and just keep pushing to be the best. I mean, South Florida Junior College was some of the best junior college baseball you'll see in the country. You got Miami-Dade, and Miami-Dade's they're just a powerhouse. And you go out and just play hard and try to beat them. And fortunate enough to get the call from Coach Seeley and took my visit, and the rest is history.
Absolutely. Same for you, Jace?
Well, it's a little different for me because, Mike, got to experience that his freshman year and know what his goal and, wanted to get back there. But for me, I had no idea what to expect. Even every day is new here for me, just like it's something different. So, for me, that was definitely my goal is I want to play for a big-time program. And, I'm so happy that I ended up here at A&M. But like I said, I had no idea what to expect, but you fantasize in your mind a little bit about, I'd like to be under the lights,
Right.
That many people. The first opening game, I actually turned to, I think it was Kyle Simons, and I just told him, I was like, man, junior college we had about nowhere near this much. I was like, you could combine my high school games, all my junior college games, and it still would not amount to this many people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been a great experience, but yeah.
What's going through your mind as you obviously you worked through the team through the fall. You do throw the uniform on in the first game. You don't get out there. When you run out to the mound for your first time in Aggieland in the maroon and white, what's going through your mind?
I mean, not a whole lot. I'm just really trying to help the team and throw strikes. I mean, I tried, to walk to the mound and keep my bill down so I couldn't see the crowd and whatnot. But once I get on the mound, I have the ability to kind of just lock in and not care what's going on around me. But I mean, it was definitely a special experience. And coming into the dugout after that first inning, I was kind of emotional, just saying, you feel like you've actually made it now. So I was really excited.
Yeah, I've never seen you smile so hard.
Yeah, I was
coming
smiling.
off the field.
Game face 24.
I was trying to get my game face on, but man, I was loving it.
Yeah, because I caught his first inning. I was
Yeah.
so happy I caught that first inning. He gets the punchy to end the inning, and he walks off the field smiling. I said, "Oh man, you're good."
I was trying to keep it down, man. I was trying to keep my head
Yeah,
down.
you gotta go back out there.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to calm him down too much. But
No, he's good at that. He's
Yeah.
really good, really even keeled. He just gets after. He's a bulldog when he gets on the mound, and a lot of fun to catch. So he was totally under control, totally ready to go.
Yeah, Michael Barash, Jace Vines joining us on this edition of Studio 12 tonight. It's A&M and Yale to get the series started. And I knew when Jace was coming on, I had to bring this up because I asked him about it when we were on the Pepperdine weekend. And part of your bio in the media guide, and this was eye-catching to me when I read it, is that when you were 15 years old as a part of your church-sponsored mission trip when you were at Prosper, you went and spent a week on the Amazon River helping people out down there. And the first thing I thought is, I got to be honest, anacondas and piranhas and stuff like that. Like a 15-year-old in the Amazon River, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you did that at a young age. And, again, it was part of your church, and a mission trip went all the way down to Brazil to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about just one of the most life-changing experiences you could ever have, going on a mission trip in general. But we spent a week on a boat on the Amazon River. We bathed on it, ate on it, and, we would literally park it next to a dock and walk off of it and, go out into villages and towns and, just try to be of service any way we could. We one day, we were giving out soccer balls to kids, and, one day we were helping them with dental work, and just playing with the kids and helping them get in line and giving them shoes and clothes. And, I mean, you just talk about something that puts all of this into perspective here at A&M. I mean, we are so blessed and so fortunate to have all the stuff that we have. And I think, I'm so glad that God gave me that perspective of, yeah, this is awesome and we should enjoy this and, enjoy the time here. But, there's a whole nother world out there that needs our help, And so I think that's one thing with me is that, I'm excited to be here. I'm ready to work while I'm here, but I know that there's something else that I should be doing, or there's something else bigger than me. And it kind of it puts it, like I said, into perspective. If you have a bad outing or a bad day or fail a test, whatever, it's like I kind of have those mental pictures of those kids, running around in a sackcloth, just so excited about a soccer ball, and you're kind of like everything else just kind of fades away and says, that's what it's really about. Yeah. So I'm so glad I got to have that experience.
Yeah. So you can handle a Friday night in the SEC.
Yeah.
That's no big deal, man.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, guys, all the best tonight. Enjoyed it, and like I said, don't fear those Ivy Leaguers coming down. You two intelligent guys right here that know what they're doing. So they're not going to outsmart you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Appreciate it. Thank
Well,
you.
I got to check now, too. We had back-to-back shutouts this weekend. Does that mean you get to hit this week?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was hoping. I think it might
Hopefully.
be coming up. Yeah.
The old 27 outs.
Can you swing
Yeah.
it? Can you
Oh,
got
no.
some power?
Oh, no.
Not anymore?
That's why. I mean, that's the main reason I had to turn to pitching, because I could not hit at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad.
So that's a history lesson for you guys, too, because going into HBU, A&M had shut out 4 of the first 8 opponents. Hadn't happened since 1907 around here. So, I mean, we're going over a century right there.
1907.
Yeah.
Is that a TD? Is that a TD fact?
Oh, that's Will trying to take
I gave it to
Thomas's.
TD
Yeah.
so he could do his job a little better. No, he was gracious about it. He was gracious. But, yeah, I mean, and then you guys throw it well, obviously, on Tuesday night. So and keep it rolling. Good luck against Yale. We'll see you out at the park this evening.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Sounds good. Thank you.